morning, everybody. How are you all this morning? I have some very bright lights in my eyes, which is slightly concerning because I can't quite see all of you. So you're all just going to have to wave. Are you all okay? Everyone's okay. Good. Tell me you're still there. Excellent. Well, I'm delighted to see everyone here today, and a very warm welcome to the First Minister's National Advisory Council on Women and Girls, and this event to mark the publication of our 2019 report and recommendations. So I'm Louise MacDonald, and I'm the chair of the Advisory Council, and along with 16 other very brilliant women and girls who make up our council, I want to welcome all of you here today. Now, we know it can take quite a lot to come along to events like this, whether that's lots of valuable time, juggling your diary and trying to figure out how you can make it all work, prioritising your commitments and trying to figure out where this one fits in the balance, sorting out caring responsibilities that you have and making sure everything's in place for that, taking a deep breath and walking into a room full of people that you maybe don't know, and hoping that you see a friendly face. So whatever the chain of events that you had to make happen in order for to be here today, we are profoundly grateful. It means a huge amount to have you all here with us. And for those of you who were a wee bit nervous and whether it would be friendly, hopefully so far the answer has been yes. But there's time yet, and you'll make sure that you'll be making friends by the end of the day, I'm sure. Can I also just take a moment at this point to welcome Christina McKelvey, Minister for Older People and Equalities, for joining us today. Christina is the Minister who is accountable for the implementation of any Advisory Council recommendations, and was keen to come along today as an observer and as a participant, knowing Christina, which demonstrates her unwavering support for the Council itself, but also her absolute commitment to doing all she can to deliver an equal Scotland. So thank you, Christina, for all that you do every day. Your expertise and passion is one of the many reasons I'm hopeful that an equal Scotland can be achieved, however hard the journey may be. We're also joined today by Anne McEachen, who's a representative of UN Women UK, and we're delighted to have you with us here today, Anne. I haven't actually figured out where Anne sat down. There you are. Hi, Anne. Good morning. So we're delighted to have you with us today, and I hope you enjoy it and learn from the experience, and we're really keen to learn about what you're doing too. Now, some practicalities for today. There is no fire drill planned, so if you hear the alarm, don't be distracted by the star curtain and look for the green exit signs, and that'll kind of head out. Any other practicalities, including where our quiet room can be accessed, if you need space or you require a place to pray. There's information about Wi-Fi. All of that information is on the tables in front of you. And there will be, as ever at the Advisory Council, plenty of breaks for you to check in with those that you have caring responsibilities for, or if you just need time to breathe or stabilise the caffeine levels, whatever you need. So feel free today to chat about the event on social media. We would love you to do so. The hashtags are pretty much everywhere. Hashtag Generation Equal and hashtag NACWG. And you should have a little reminder about these also on your tables. And for the first time, we're also streaming the event live on Facebook. So you might want to message your pals and tell them to log in and see if they can see you on screen and see if they can spot you. We have our incredibly talented illustrator in residence, Linda Hunter, with us today. So there's Linda and over there, and is going to be capturing the event in her usual beautiful and powerful style. She's already made an incredible start on that. So please do go and have a chat with Linda during the breaks, have a look at her work, share your ideas. Linda really loves to engage with people at these events and hearing what you're thinking to help her create these visuals. So please do make time for that. And also make sure that you visit our marketplace members up at the back. So we've got some great organisations joining us today as well. So you can learn how to save a life, you can learn about the menopause, you can learn about the work that's going on at Sikh Saint-Jean, you can go and find out what's happening with girl guiding, whole range of activities there for you to connect with. Now, the Advisory Council really are thrilled at the incredible support that has grown since our inaugural meeting in December 2017. So whether this is your first meeting or not today, it's a really interesting event because we're going to be focused purely on our 2019 report and recommendations, exploring how we arrived at them. The report was published last week on the 22nd of January and a link was circulated and there's some copies on the tables. But I do hope you've at least had the chance to have a look at that and the recommendations before you've arrived today, and hopefully are already considering how you and your organisation can help to realise those recommendations. And we're going to be exploring that in a bit more detail during the table discussions later on. And alongside looking at the report this morning, we're also going to have a performance from the incredible Intercultural Youth Scotland, who over the past year have really made their mark using dance, creativity, spoken word to tackle really big issues in Scotland, such as racism, bullying and gender inequality. And you know, we might all just get a chance to be shown how to do the decks as well later on if we want to. And then following our table discussions, we will then be hearing directly from the First Minister, who will deliver the initial Scottish Government public response to the report. So, hope you'll agree, interesting morning, lots happening, but I'm just going to begin, because I am aware that we often have people who've never been to these events before, with a wee bit of a recap of the who, what, when, where and why of the Advisory Council, which was formed as a catalyst for change to address gender inequality and provide an independent voice to the First Minister. Now, it can't be stated enough that there has been and continues to be absolutely outstanding work happening in Scotland on gender equality over many decades. And once again, I want to say a profound thanks to all those women's organisations across Scotland for all that they do every single day. As a council, we have so greatly valued their expertise and their challenge as we seek to play our part in transforming the landscape in Scotland. And considering that landscape, I want you to imagine a river for a minute. Now, some of you might have heard this analogy before in other settings, but I think it works here. Picture yourself standing on the banks of a river, and there are people in the river floating past, and they've obviously fallen in, and they're struggling in the flow, they're tired, they're going under. So of course it's vital that we dive in and we help, either to get them out of the river or to help them float. But we also need to head upriver, because we need to figure out why so many people are falling in. What is happening up there? That's where the Advisory Council can play our part, to be part of the network that heads upstream. What's happening in the system in Scotland that leads to such inequality for women and girls? We want Scotland to be recognised as a leader for our commitment and action towards realising an equal society where all women and girls can reach their true potential, as well as men and boys and those who don't identify. Those of you who have been with us since day one know our mantra. We want gender inequality to become a historical curiosity, nothing less. So we are now at the end of year 2 of our initial 3-year plan. In 2018, we looked at behaviour and culture change and are delighted to say that all of our recommendations were accepted, 7 outright and the other 4 in principle, with more exploratory work to be done. Our 2019 topic then was how policy is made, and do policies work against each other. Now, I want to stress here that we are not an advisory body. Sorry, we're not a delivery body, we're an advisory council for the First Minister. It's not about delivery. We are focusing on systemic gender inequality. So the how aspect of those recommendations is for all of us, government, public, private, third sector, to work together to collectively achieve as part of the National Performance Framework and as part of Scotland's commitment to a wellbeing economy. We had 3 really lively circle meetings last year where we heard about policy coherence from many different perspectives, representing the rich intersectional nature of all those committed to being part of this positive change. And in addition to our model in 2019 was roundtable events where we introduced the topic. We also held youth circles to give voice to those aged under 18. And as well as doing all of that research, including requesting papers and considering any that you forwarded on to us on the topic, we also formally commissioned a piece of work by the specialist futures agency Third Horizons, looking at the policy landscape in Scotland. And I'd encourage all of you to look at this companion report to the report and recommendations, even if you consider yourself an expert on policy making or not. It's a superbly focused and clear piece of work which was invaluable in helping the Council focus on the systemic issues to tackle. And you can find a link to the Third Horizons report on the 2019 report and recommendations page of our website. During the year, we continued with our spotlights, shining a light on issues that affect women and girls, ranging from the experience of older women to what support is needed for those with caring responsibilities, and we sought feedback in the form of circles held across Scotland by a range of organisations and community groups. Everything that we receive from this engagement is summarised, and as well as being shared with the Advisory Council, is also shared online. So we considered all of this, the face-to-face work, the commissioned work, the partnership satellites, our digital engagement, when the Council then came together to draft the end-of-year report and consider our recommendations. We also, during the year, asked for your feedback on the Advisory Council model itself and your experience of it, and we're going to be considering that when planning this next year ahead. Our first circle event of 2020, following this one, will begin looking at the final topic of our initial 3-year plan, and we're going to be looking at the creation of an intersectional gender architecture in Scotland. What might that look like? And that will take place on the 26th of March in Aberdeen. So we're heading up to the Dean. Who's from the Dean? Anyone here from Aberdeen? Yes, we'll see you there. I hope. Excellent. So whether this is your first time with us or not, this is a significant point for us as we have passed our second major milestone with the support and expertise of so many people and organisations across Scotland. Now, we have used footage from our events over 2019 to create a short film. And I think this is the point when I'm meant to wave at Zach and let him know I'm about to say something, to celebrate the report and recommendations. So this is my chance also to show my age and say, roll VT, Zach.
2019 has been a productive second year for the First Minister's National Advisory Council on Women and Girls, with plenty of achievements to be proud of, like reaching over 1,000 stakeholders, organisations and individuals signed up to our circle, all pledging their support for Generation Equal. The Scottish Government also accepted the recommendations of our 2018 report, with 7 of these in the current programme for government. We also held our first Accountability Day at the Scottish Parliament to discuss our progress to date. What's more, we achieved our ambition to get people of all ages and in all corners of Scotland to feed back on our annual topic Policy Coherence through our digital channels, as well as circles and roundtables. Going into 2020, the journey continues with our focus on intersectionality, and we need everyone to play their part. Together, we can make gender inequality a historical curiosity. Together, we are Generation Equal.
There you go. And that's available again on the site and available for sharing if you want to share that with people as well. And it's now my pleasure to hand over to 2 of my fellow Advisory Council members, Satwat Rehman and Katie Horsburgh, who will present the 2019 recommendations. Satwat is the Director of One Parent Families Scotland, an organisation that works to support single parents and their families. She has more than 25 years' experience in the voluntary and public sector, working in the fields of equalities, education, employability, economic development, regeneration, early years, childcare. She's awfully clever. She has also been active in anti-racist campaigns and movements for justice since 1989, so she clearly started when she was 4. Katie is from Girl Guiding Scotland, where she's been a Girl Guiding spokesperson for over 5 years, speaking out at UK and Scottish level on a variety of issues affecting girls and young women, from mental health to gender stereotyping to sexual harassment in schools. When Katie joined us on the council, she was still at school, but she did that really annoying thing of growing up, and she's now studying sociology at the University of Edinburgh. So please join me in welcoming them.